Hello everyone, in this video we are going to start triangles. Okay, so first of all let's have a look at the properties of triangle. Everyone knows triangle is having three sides, three angles, three vertices. Okay everyone, so let's say this is a triangle. Okay, this is triangle ABC. Hold on, this is triangle ABC. Side opposite to angle A. Okay, side opposite to angle A, let's call it as small a. Side opposite to angle B, let's call it as small b. And side opposite to angle C, let's call it as small c. Okay, over here the first property is sum of all interior angles. Okay, sum of all interior angles in a triangle is always 180 degree. Okay everyone, this we all know, that angle A plus angle B plus angle C. Okay, in any triangle sum of all three interior angles is always equal to 180 degree. Okay, now this is first property. Now let's have a look at second property. The second property is there are some triangle inequalities. Okay, the first triangle inequality is if, look here, if angle A is greater than or equal to angle B and angle B is greater than or equal to angle C, okay, then side opposite to angle A, it's small a, is greater than or equal to side opposite to angle B, it's small b, is greater than or equal to side opposite to angle C, it's small c. Okay everyone, so what I'm trying to explain here is if angle A is greater than or equal to angle B is greater than or equal to angle C, then side opposite to angle A, small a, is greater than or equal to side opposite to angle B, that is small b, is greater than or equal to side opposite to angle C, that is small c. Okay, or you can call it as in a simple language. In a simple language, what I'm trying to explain here in the second in the second property is side opposite to largest angle. Okay, side opposite to largest angle. Okay, side opposite to largest angle is always longest. Okay everyone, and side opposite to just a second, side opposite to, hold on, side opposite to smallest angle. Okay, side opposite to smallest angle is always shortest. Okay everyone, let me repeat this property. If angle A is greater than or equal to angle B is greater than or equal to angle C, then small a is greater than or equal to small b is greater than or equal to small c. Means side opposite to largest angle is always longest and side opposite to smallest angle is always shortest. Okay everyone, now this is a triangle inequality. There is a one more triangle inequality. Let's have a look at it. The third property over here. Okay, third property is in a triangle sum of any two sides. Look here, sum of any two sides is always greater than third side. Okay everyone, sum of any two sides in a triangle is always greater than third side, and okay, difference and positive difference between any two sides. Look here, and positive difference between any two sides, okay, the positive difference between any two sides is always less than third side. Okay everyone, so what does it mean? Let's have a look at it. Sum of any two sides is always greater than third side, means small a plus small b is always greater than small c. Okay, small b plus small c is always greater than small a, and after that small a plus small c is always greater than small b. Okay, so now we can draw a triangle with sides a, b and c only if all these three properties satisfies. Okay, sum of any two sides has to be greater than third side. Okay, sum of any two sides has to be greater than third side. Okay, if any one of the inequality fails, then we cannot draw that triangle. Okay, all these three inequalities are compulsory. Okay, if any one out of these three fails, then we will not be able to draw that triangle. Okay, and along with this, the positive difference between any two sides is always less than third side. Okay, what do we mean by positive difference? Okay, to get the positive difference, what we need to do is we need to subtract smaller number from larger number. Okay, and what we'll do is for that let's use modulus sign. Okay, So mod of a minus b means positive difference between a minus b has to be less than third side c. Okay, positive difference between b minus c, that is mod of b minus c, has to be less than a, okay, and mod of a minus c should be less than b. Okay everyone, the positive difference between any two sides, okay, positive difference between any two sides is always less than third side. Okay, so any one of the inequality fails, okay, if any one of the inequality fails, then we will not be able to draw that triangle. Okay everyone, now look here, so total how many inequalities are there? Okay, for the triangle with the sides ABC to exist, okay, it should satisfy total how many inequalities? Total 6 inequalities. These are 3 inequalities, these are 3 inequalities, and these are 3 inequalities. Okay, so total there are 6 inequalities ABC should satisfy, so that we can draw the triangle with the sides A, B and C. Okay, but remember, every time we are not supposed to check all these 6 inequalities. Okay, if some 3 number satisfies first 3 inequalities, then they satisfy second 3 inequalities by default. Okay everyone, so these are 2 groups of inequalities. First 3 inequalities are in the first group, second 3 inequalities are in the second group. Okay, so out of these 2 groups you can check any one group. Okay, if some 3 number satisfies first group, then it satisfies second group automatically, or if any 3 number satisfies second group of inequality, then they satisfies first group of inequalities automatically. Okay, so out of these 2 groups you should check only one group. Okay, there is no any need to check both the groups. Okay everyone, so how to decide whether from a given 3 sides we can draw a triangle or not? For that we need to check these 2 set of inequalities. Okay, any one set out of these 2 sets of inequalities. Okay everyone, so what we'll do is, let's do an example. Okay, so now my question is, can we draw a triangle with the sides 13, 17 and 9? Okay, tell me yes or no, can we draw a triangle with the sides 13, 17 and 9? Let's check. Okay, we need to check any one set out of those 2 sets. Okay, so let's check the first set. Okay, so 13 plus 17 is greater than 9, is it correct? Yes. Then 17 plus 9 is greater than 13, is it correct? Yes. And then 13 plus 9, is it greater than 17? Yes, it is greater than 17. Okay, so this triangle we can draw. Okay, so we can draw a triangle with the sides 13, 17 and 9. Okay, so let's take some another example. Okay, the example is 5, 12 and 20. Can we draw a triangle with the sides 5, 12 and 20? Let's check. Okay, now 12 plus 20, is it greater than 5? Yes. Then 5 plus 20, is it greater than 12? Yes. Then 5 plus 12, is it greater than 20? No, it is not greater than 20. Okay, so this triangle with the sides 5, 12 and 20 does not exist. Okay, so we can say that we cannot draw. Okay, we cannot draw a triangle, okay, with the sides 5, 12 and 20. Okay everyone, so this is how we can check how to this is how we can check whether we can draw a triangle with the given 3 sides or not. Okay, let me repeat the statement. In a triangle, sum of any 2 sides is always greater than third side, and the positive difference between any 2 sides is always less than third side. So there are 2 set of inequalities those 3 numbers should satisfy, but every time we do not need to check those 2 sets. Okay, out of those 2 sets we need to check only one set. Okay, if it satisfies any one of the set, then it automatically satisfies other set of inequalities. Okay everyone, so now in the exam how the question will come. Okay, so let's have a look at the question, which is, you can say, which is a cat level question. Okay everyone, so now the question is in front of you. 2 sides of triangle, okay, 2 sides of triangle are 13 and 20. Find maximum and minimum possible length of third side given that its measure is an integer. Okay, the first question is we want to find maximum and minimum possible length of third side if it is integer. Okay, and the second is how many different triangles we can draw. Okay everyone, so in this question, okay, let's have a look at it. There are total 3 sides of a triangle. Okay, out of those 3 sides we know 2 sides. Okay, first two sides are 13 and 20, and the third side is unknown. Okay, let's take third side as x. Okay everyone, so over here the property that we know that is sum of any 2 sides. Okay, sum of any 2 sides is always greater than third side. Okay, we need to find the value of x. Okay, so sum of any 2 sides is always greater than third side, and the positive difference, okay, the positive difference means 20 minus 13 should be less than third side. Okay everyone, so from this what we come to know that 33 should be greater than x. Okay, means x has to be less than 33. Okay everyone, so from this we can see that the maximum value x can take is how much? 32. Okay everyone, and over here 30 minus 17 should be less than x. Sorry, my mistake, it has to be x here. Okay, so 30 minus 20 minus 13 should be less than x. Okay everyone, so 7 is less than x, means x has to be greater than 7. Okay, so over here the minimum value x can take, over here the minimum value x can take is how much? 8. Okay everyone, so the answer of first question is minimum possible value that third side can take is 8, and the maximum possible value that third side can take is 32. Okay everyone, now the second question is how many different triangles we can draw. Okay, so now look here, first two sides are 13, 20 and the third side is x. Okay, now the value of x, look here, if I put value of x as 8, we will get a different triangle with the sides 13, 20 and 8. Okay, now if I put x is equal to 9, we will get a different triangle with the sides 13, 20 and 9. Okay, so x can take 8, 9, 10, 11 and so on till 32. Okay, so total how many values x can take? Total 32 minus 8, both are inclusive, so plus 1, that is equal to how much? Total 25 values are possible for x. Okay, so how many different triangles we can draw? We can draw 25 different triangles. Okay everyone, this is how we can solve this type of question. Okay, now after this, or you can directly write a final inequality. How you can directly write inequality? Let's have a look at it. Okay, so the third side is x, that third side x should be greater than difference between other two sides. Okay, and that third side should be less than sum of other two sides. Okay, you can directly write this inequality also. Okay, so x has to be in between 7 and 33. Okay, so the minimum value x can take is 8 and the maximum value x can take is 32. So you can solve it like this also. And how many different values x can take? 32 minus 8, both are inclusive, so plus 1, that is equal to 25 different values x can take. So 25 different triangles are possible. Okay everyone, so we can do like this also. Okay, after this let's move ahead. Let's go to the next question. The next question is a triangle has integral sides and the perimeter of triangle is 18. Okay, so how many such a triangles are possible? The perimeter of triangle means sum of all three sides. Okay, so let's say the sides. Okay, let's say the sides of triangle are a comma b comma c. Okay, sides of triangle are a comma b comma c such that a plus b plus c is equal to how much? Is equal to 18. Okay, so now how many such triangles are possible with the integral sides? Okay everyone, so over here what I'm going to assume is, let's assume c is the largest side, c is the longest side. Let's assume c is the longest side. Okay everyone, so now we know that sum of any two sides a plus b has to be greater than c. Okay, now can you tell me the maximum value that c can take? Okay, the maximum value that longest side can take, just guess this number. Okay, so now we know that a plus b plus c is equal to 18. The maximum value c can take is how much? C is the largest side, longest side. Okay, the maximum value c can take is how much? Okay, so can I say c can take 10? If c take 10, a plus b will be how much? 8. 8 is greater than 10? No, it is not. Okay everyone, so c cannot take 10, or c cannot take any value which is more than 10. Can I say c can take 9 as a value? Okay, so if c is equal to 9, a plus b is 9, so 9 is greater than 9. Again, it is not possible. Okay everyone, so the maximum value, look here, the maximum value that c can take is how much? 8. Okay, if I put c is equal to 8, then the value of a plus b becomes how much? Then the value of a plus b becomes how much? 10. Yes, this is valid. Okay everyone, so now if I put c is equal to 8, a plus b is equal to 10. Now look here, c is the longest side. Okay, so the value of a plus b is equal to 10. So a and b are going to be what? Tell me. Over here a and b are going to be what? Okay, it can be 8 plus 2. Okay, it can be 7 plus 3. It cannot be 9 plus 1 because c has to be the largest side. It cannot be 9 plus 1. Now you can tell me, if I write a plus b as 9 and 1 and then c as 8, can we draw a triangle with these three sides? Okay, 1 plus 8 is greater than 9. This is incorrect, so we cannot draw a triangle with the sides 9, 1 and 8. Okay everyone, so let me delete this part. Over here, look here, so a plus b has to be 10. Okay, 8 is the longest side, so we cannot use a number which is more than 8. Okay everyone, 8 is the longest side, c is the longest side that we assumed. Okay, so we cannot use a number which is greater than 8, so we can use 8. Okay, 8 comma 2 comma 8 is possible. Okay, so a plus b is equal to 10, so it can be 8 comma 2, it can be 7 comma 3, it can be 6, it can be 6 comma 4. Okay, it can be 5 comma 5. Okay, now next is 4 comma 6 will double, 3 comma 7 will double, 2 comma 8 will double. Okay, so in this situation, how many triangles are possible? Total 4 triangles are possible in this situation when the largest side c is equal to 8. Okay everyone, now the next condition is, look here, a plus b is greater than c. Over here we assume that c is equal to 8. Okay, the maximum value that longest side can take is 8. Okay, so the next possible value that c can take is how much? 7. Okay everyone, if c is equal to 7, a plus b is going to be how much? A plus b is going to be 11. Now 7 is the longest side. Okay, so we are supposed to use, we cannot use a number which is more than 7 now. We cannot use a number which is more than 7 now. Okay, we can use 7 or less than 7 number. Okay, so a plus b has to be 11, so it can be 7 plus, it can be 7 plus 4, so sorry, it can be 7 plus 4. Okay, it can be 6 plus 5, then 5 comma 6 and 4 comma 7 will be the repetition. Okay, so in this situation, how many different triangles are possible? There are 2 different triangles are possible. Okay everyone, now the next possible value that c can take, the longest side of a triangle, that is c. Okay, so a plus b is greater than c. After c is equal to 8, after c is equal to 7, the next possible value that c can take is how much? 6. If I put c is equal to 6, then a plus b becomes how much? 12. Okay, so now c is the longest side. C is what? Tell me. 6 is what? Longest side. So we cannot use a number which is more than 6 now. Okay, so 12 becomes what? 12 becomes 6 plus 6 is the only possibility. Okay, we don't have any other possibility. So how many triangles are possible in this situation? Only one triangle is possible. Okay everyone, so now after this, okay, if I take c is equal to 5, there will not be any possibility. Okay, let's have a look at it. If I put a plus b is greater than c, and if I put c is equal to 5, okay, then a plus b becomes how much? A plus b becomes 18 minus 5, that is equal to how much? 13. Okay, so by using number which are less than or equal to 5, okay, by using numbers which are less than or equal to 5, can we form an addition of two numbers as a 13? No, we cannot form an addition of two numbers is equal to 13 by using numbers which are less than or equal to 5. Okay, so no any triangle is going to form after this. So total overall, how many triangles we can form? 4 plus 2 plus 1, that is equal to total 7 triangles we can form. Okay everyone, so from this we can remember one property. Look here, which property I am talking about? Let's have a look at it. The property I am talking about is, let's have a look at it, the longest. Okay, look here, the longest side in a triangle, okay, the longest side in a triangle is always less than half of perimeter. Okay everyone, the longest side in a triangle is always less than half of perimeter, whereas it is always greater than or equal to 1/3 of its perimeter. Okay, so let me repeat this property. In any triangle, the longest side is always greater than or equal to 1/3 of perimeter, but it is always less than half of perimeter. Okay everyone, the next property in triangle is exterior angle theorem. Okay everyone, so let's have a look at exterior angle theorem. Let's say this is triangle ABCD. Sorry, this is triangle ABC. Okay, this angle is angle A, this angle is angle B, this angle is angle C, and let's say this angle is angle D. Okay everyone, this angle is angle D. So now we can say that angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to how much? Is equal to 180 degree. Okay everyone, angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. And we can also say that angle C plus angle D, look here, this is angle C. Okay, this is angle C plus angle D is equal to how much? Is also equal to 180 degree. Okay, so from this what we can see that angle A plus angle B plus angle C, okay, is equal to angle C plus angle D. Okay, so angle C and angle C will get cancelled out from both sides, so finally we will get angle D is equal to angle A plus angle B. Okay everyone, so angle D is what? Tell me. Angle D is called as exterior angle. Okay, angle D is called as exterior angle, whereas angle ABC are called as interior angle. Okay, for angle D, angle C is called as adjacent interior angle. Okay, adjacent interior angle. Okay, for angle D, angle C is adjacent interior angle, whereas angle A and angle B, okay, angle A and angle B are called as opposite interior angle. Okay everyone, angle A and angle B with respect to D, angle A and angle B are called as opposite interior angles. Okay everyone, so over here the exterior angle theorem is what? Exterior angle, look here, angle D means exterior angle is equal to sum of opposite interior angles. Okay everyone, the exterior angle is equal to sum of opposite interior angles. Okay, opposite interior angles. Okay everyone, the exterior angle theorem is exterior angle, the measurement of exterior angle is equal to sum of measurement of opposite interior angle. Okay, for example, look here, for example, let's say if I say if this angle is 90 degree and if this angle is 50 degree, okay, the measurement of this angle becomes how much? 90 plus 50, that is equal to how much? 140 degree. Let's have a look at one more example. Okay, let's have a look at one more example. If I say this angle is 60 degree and this angle is 50 degree, okay, then the measurement of this exterior angle is going to be how much? 60 plus 50, that is equal to 110 degree. Okay everyone, so depending on this exterior angle theorem, we'll solve one question. Okay, let's have a look at it. The question is, in the given figure, the sum of ACD, okay, this is angle ACD, and angle EAC, this is angle ACD and that is angle EAC. Okay, the sum of these two angles is how much? 260 degree. Sum of these two angles is equal to 260 degree. Angle ABC, look here, angle ABC and angle ACB are in a ratio 3:4, are in a ratio 4:3. Okay everyone, so what we can consider that angle ABC, let's take it as 4x. Okay, angle ABC, let's take it as 4x, and angle ACB, let's take it as 3x. Angle ACB, let's take it as 3x. Okay everyone, so the measurement of angle EAC becomes how much? The measurement of angle EAC becomes how much? Let's use exterior angle theorem here. Okay, the measurement of angle EAC is going to be sum of opposite interior angles, that is equal to how much? 4x plus 3x, that is equal to 7x. Okay everyone, and we know that the sum of this angle and this angle is how much? Is equal to 260 degree. Okay, so angle EAC is 7x degree. Okay, so angle ACD becomes how much? Angle ACD becomes 260 minus 7x. Okay everyone, so from this we can say that this angle and this angle, the sum is going to be how much? The sum is going to be 180 degree because they form a straight line. So from this we can say that 3x plus 260 minus 7x is equal to how much? Is equal to 180 degree. So let's solve this equation. Okay, so 80 is equal to 4x, so x is equal to how much? 20 degree. Okay everyone, so now we are supposed to find the measurement of angle ABC. Okay, so angle ABC, the measurement of angle ABC is equal to how much? 4x, that is equal to how much? 4 into 20, that is equal to 80 degree. Okay everyone, so this is our answer. Along with this, we want to find the measurement of angle CAB also. Okay, so measurement of angle CAB is going to be how much? 180 minus 7x. Okay everyone, so 180 minus 7 into 20, that is 140, so that is equal to 40 degree. So our answer is 80 degree and 40 degree. Okay everyone, so we are going to stop here. The remaining concepts we will continue in the next video. Okay everyone.